Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Rookie Cadden back again with another free Wednesday stock review from Real Life Trading Australia. Hope you guys are doing absolutely super splendid. It is earnings seasons and I am fired up. We are currently getting a little bit of a pullback, which I have been mentioning about pretty much in the last few stock reviews for the last 3 weeks or so. And let's talk about the broader markets though. So the SPY, I did mention actually in my trading room back on this day here that there's a high possibility that we're most likely going to come back down to about 332 and some change. Obviously the elections are next week. Anything could happen. Could get some massive gap down. Could get a massive gap up. Either way, we're most of our trades are going to be non-directional up until this point. But the SPY still in a nice consolidation phase after a sensational bullish run since pre-COVID. But for the most part, guys, I'm very non-directional. Here's the E-minis. Now, I did mention that we're going to have a bit of a pullback, and we are currently coming down. Beautiful little retest gap just today on the futures E-minis contracts. But on the short-term moving averages, guys, you can see we are now below the 50. So we actually gap down below, and we are currently closing or still trading below the 50-day EMA. So that does tell a lot that we could potentially go a little bit lower. There's a couple of earnings that you need to look out for tonight. Those of you who are looking to day trade, take a look at First Solar. This is going to be an absolute bonanza of a gap and go. It is absolutely sensational. You want to be looking for something that's doing the opposite to the market, something that has a little bit of strength. And as you can see here, we did close at 82.39. Take a look at the after hours, and we are gapping up to right now 93.30. So if you have a look on the chart here, way up here. Now, if you take a look left, I'll just go to the weekly chart for this. There really isn't that much. There really isn't that much resistance in the way. We've got a small little resistance level up around 102, and above that, not till about 140. I don't think it's going to have a big $40 move, obviously, but I do definitely think we could maybe make our way back up into the 100 level on First Solar. So keep an eye out on that. It is a bearish candle gapping up, so that is a gap and go if you have done our real life trading education at our website, reallifetrading.com.au. But we have also been consolidating for the last 3 weeks, or 2 or 3 weeks, and we are gapping above all these highs. So definitely keep this one on your watch list for a beautiful little day trade tonight. Another sensational gap that's happening after hours due to earnings is FireEye. Now, this ticker symbol FEYE. You can see we have once again had a beautiful consolidation phase, going sideways for the last two and a half weeks. And if you just take a look at the 5-minute, we are currently gapping to 1465. And if you just take a look at the daily chart, you can see it's just above the highs here, or pretty much at the highs of this particular inverted hammer candle. So if you are looking to day trade, just make sure you are looking at these particular gaps. Reason being is there's a lot of people trapped. Beautiful bearish volume yesterday, and there's just been a whole bunch of people getting trapped up here. So the fact that we're gapping above this level, guys, obviously your target would be potentially this next high back up here around 1520 and some change, or 1530. That would be the first point that I would be looking to take profits on a day trade. Here's the ASX 200. Now, we did get a beautiful little gap down, and we are currently fading. So we have now filled this retest gap as well. We also still have this gap and go that just gap and goed. Absolutely sensational gap. We are currently retesting. Obviously, we're at the 100 simple moving average and the 200 simple. Still waiting to see what happens in the election. But for the most part, guys, just be a little bit more non-directional. Now, here's RIO, ticker symbol RIO. Now, Rio Tinto, I mentioned back here that would most likely come back down to the 200 simple moving average and try to bounce. Now, obviously, this is where I put my line last time. Beautiful little support level. Depending on how we close this week will really be a telltale sign whether or not Rio is going to go higher, or whether or not we're actually going to break down and head down a little bit lower. Maybe potentially fill some of these gaps. That would be amazing. Take a look at the weekly chart though. I mean, we still could always come back down to the 100 simple moving average on the weekly chart, which is 85.81. So another $6 away, potentially could break down. Here's a WOW, Woolworths, ticker symbol WOW. Now, I have mentioned that this was going to be going sideways pretty much back here. Actually, it was pretty much back here. When we first broke out, I mentioned we were going to trade sideways for about 6 months. And we have currently been trading sideways for about 4.5, 5 months at this point. We did get a sensational double bottom. Breakout above the neckline, retest of the neckline. I mean, this is just a textbook double bottom retest. So if you don't know what one is, print this out, stick it on your wall, look at it every day, and you'll never forget it. But Woolworths actually pulling in a little bit of strength. We do have a little bit of a resistance level up here around $40. I do expect us to go higher long term, but for the most part, guys, I think the next week is going to be a little bit non-directional, so make sure you are playing non-directional trades, whether it's covered calls, naked puts, put sales, debit spreads, bull put spreads, etc. Here's crude oil. Now, crude oil is breaking down, everybody. I did mention that this is going to just consolidate and go sideways, and here we are consolidating and going sideways. So we are currently in a range. I did mention we're going to be here for a while. Once again, wait for the elections, see what happens. I do think that we'll probably come back down a little bit lower. 37 and the 200, $37 and the 200 simple moving average on the daily chart would be absolutely fantastic. Now here is gold. Gold is still trying to stay above the 100 simple like an absolute champion, which is fantastic. I do hope that we do go higher. We still do have a weekly options newsletter for silver, and I just expect that we will eventually bounce, especially with all the money printing and stimulus packages going around the world right now. And last but not least is the Aussie Dollar, the AUD USD. Right now holding a little bit of strength up above the 100 simple moving average. Looks absolutely fantastic. Most likely going to continue going sideways. Non-directional, guys. Look to buy low and sell high. Alright, folks, I'll be back on Friday with another free real life stock review. If you guys have any stock tickers, companies, pairs, you name it, leave it in the comment section below and I will analyze them for you. Alright guys, you guys are amazing, and until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. You guys rock. Bye.